that was actually an excellent segue, because one of the things I feel that we need to do here is we need to enhance the county's image. And one of the things that I've seen is, again, I keep going back to, if you want to be successful, you look at things that seem to be breeding success. If we look at the way the evening sun in Shenango County enhances the view of local businesses of all kinds. They have an issue they call Progress that comes out nearly monthly. They had 10 last year. And they highlight all the different types of business and all the good things that are going on in Shenango County. And Shenango County has an excellent reputation for growing small business. So what I would like to see is, I would like to see the local paper, the Daily Star, start to emphasize the good in the small business in Otsego County and start pushing that view. And maybe we would get back to having a paper that was actually a paper instead of what looks like a bulletin each day. Because I grew up in this county. My name's Alan Spring. Forgot to introduce myself. I grew up in this county, and I can remember when the Oneonta Star was a pretty good, thick piece of paper. And now you get it, and it's like, okay, I'm paying a couple $100 for this. We need to build everything, and that includes the paper and how it shows the businesses within this community, in this county.
Just to be helpful on that point, in a small segment of what you're interested in, over the next 12 weeks, the Freedom Journal and Hometown Oneonta are running stories on organic farms and their success. Now, that's only a small segment of what they're talking about, but at least it's a start. And perhaps you want to contact Jim and see if you can get a wider berth on other articles, because he's open to that, obviously, from the series.
Can I jump on that for a minute? Now, when we did if you guys remember, we did the Brooker Howell Bridge. The paper couldn't wait to put us all down. Remember, the bridge was closed, people couldn't get across, this and that. Well, Jim Seward got us money. The county give money. The town of Worcester give $150,000. We all put our head together. We got that beautiful bridge done. Called the Daily Star. They didn't want nothing to do with it. They could put it in and run us in the ground, but they couldn't put a good thing here to show us what we did. And it's good for the counties, because it's good for infrastructure, it's good to have it done. But they would not put it in the paper. We all waited there, and Tom Grace called me and said, they told me I can't come. And we was there.
I'm wondering, to follow up on the question I had before, this is two parts. How many of you are on the Economic Development Committee? And do you have an outline of a plan that's comprehensive to the things that we've been talking about? Reducing costs, engaging other companies to come in here, or to build up those businesses that are already here. Do you have that plan in mind? Are any of you on the Economic Board and
I'm not
our
on it,
committee?
I think Carolyn's listening to you, so I'm sure.
Oh, okay, well, I didn't.
Carolyn's here.
Okay, there's only one person on the committee, or?
No, there's people that,
Who's on it?
Who all is on the Economic
next
Committee?
to Ed, Linda, who left, is not here.
And do you have like a comprehensive plan to deal with those things that we're talking about?
What,
Maybe Carolyn could
Yes.
explain
Carolyn was
what
gonna,
economic development is. I guess the purpose of elected officials, I guess I would put this, is to help make your community welcome by economic development. They're not going to necessarily determine what is going to be developed or what isn't. They may have a plan. That's
No, but you
Carolyn's-
guys reduce our costs to grow those companies.
Well,
So is there
this
a comprehensive plan to do that?
Well, Carolyn, I'll let you.
Welcome, thank you. I'm Carolyn Lewis, and I am the county's economic developer. I think this is great. I'm really pleased to see the turnout and everybody's engaged in this conversation. I don't want to bore you with semantics of everything that we do and how we do it, but let me give you a brief overview of how our office works. As I said, there's myself, and Zandra Hart is the Economic Development Specialist. We are employees of the county board, and we report directly to IGA. The county has a couple of small loan programs that have been seeded by grant funds. The county applies for grant money to the state. And then in turn, we work with small businesses that are either starting up or expanding, and we lend them money in partnership with banks. So that's in part one thing that we do. I am also the administrative director for the County of Otsego Industrial Development Agency. That is a separate 9-member board. There is a representative from the county board that sits on that. Greg Relic was the member, and we are in the process of looking. Betty Ann will be the county liaison to the IDA. They own the Pony Farm Industrial Park, and they also had pursued developing a business park up in Richfield Springs that has actually been shelved due to some infrastructure issues and costs, but those are other details. The IDA has certain powers that allow us to help businesses grow and expand and try and become a little bit more economically viable. We do have tax abatement programs that powers are given through the county by the state. They have tax-exempt bond financing powers that we do for large infrastructure projects. When they built St. Mary's School, St. James Manor, the dorm at Hartwick, Springbrook's projects, Bassett Hospital's expansion. So those are projects that we are involved with from a financing standpoint. The other economic development arm is the Otsego County Development Corporation. Jamie's on it, Bob is on it. That is a 7-member board, all private business owners. There is no government liaison to that, and there's no elected officials. So that is managed by solely small business owners. The projects that OCDC has taken on in the past couple of years has been the Brazil project in partnership with the city to try and rehabilitate that, to continue Oneonta's focus on a vibrant Main Street and bringing people downtown again and restoring that historic building. The other project is the Soccer Hall of Fame. As you know, when the Hall of Fame left, what to do with that property was pretty ambiguous, and we knew that that was a huge asset to the community, and OCDC worked diligently and has been able to work with IOXIS to get them in. They've invested a tremendous amount of money to rehabilitate that building. They are employing 60 people, and we hope that that business will continue to grow and expand.